Now, this is one of the reasons why I feel Kyrie's going to be able to play with Luka. Is because over the years, he's been great at body bag by Powell. He's becoming better and better at being able to play off the ball. Instead of being that point guard, he's becoming that two guard combo guard. So you don't need him to have the ball at all times, and you can be able to run offense through him by having him get off ball screens. Now let's break down this play right quick. Just notice his pace. Notice how relaxed he is. He knows he's going to get the ball. But then boom, he comes into that screen a little quicker and then grabs and gets that rip through even quicker. And so now it leaves Paul George all the way up there. And then with Powell attacking the rim, rolling to the rim, he does what he does best. And now let's talk about his defense once again. I made a whole video on this, but Kyrie is capable of being a great defender when presented the challenge. Now notice the possession on Morris. Size differential like what? 30 pounds? Height differential what? 5 inches? Wingspan probably another 5 inches or so? That's great defense by Kyrie. Playing through the size disadvantage and being able to play position and not get bodied. And now you wonder, how is he such a smaller player and be able to take on all this contact? Get in the weight room working on his core, his balance and stability, instead of trying to go in there, do bench presses, squats, and those Olympic lifts. It's about functional strength instead of just having pure bodybuilder, muscle head strength. Another opportunity right here. Boom. Opportunities right here for Dallas is going to be huge. Now, in these situations now, Dallas is going to have their shooters, Hardaway Jr., Reggie Bullock right now, maybe even Kleba when he gets back. They're going to have a lot of these opportunities where Kyrie's off the ball and he's having gravity. He's having gravity. There's going to be a lot of players who are going to be confused if they're switching, if they're fighting over. And so now you're going to be able to have a lot of slips to the rim. Because when two go with Kyrie, that lane is wide open. And if they come over on the help, you got the other shooter on the other side. Now right here, Hardaway Jr. misses a slip to the rim because Kyrie's gravity. He's gotten so good off the ball that he doesn't even need to have the ball. Even though he's the best ball handler of all time, he doesn't need to have the ball to be able to score. And so with all the gravity he's having, all these shooters, all these other guys are going to have a lot more opportunities to be able to score going towards the rim instead of being on the perimeter. And once again, he ain't even take a dribble that play. Just dropped off. He just sets himself up off the ball. Uses his body, his eyes, his hands, all this stuff. I'm going to break this down. Another possession coming up. Another one. Left Zubac in the dust. Left Zubac in the dust, bro. Where's Zubac going? Why did you even try to deny this? You was on an island. You was on an island, my boy. Don't even try to deny this. Just try to play in front and then send a double or something. Don't do that. Don't do that. Kyrie's not one of them to do this against. Come on. Notice his pace. Hands, eyes, everything shows this because Zubac thinks he's just going to try to get an ISO and break him down. But nah, Kyrie don't even need to take a dribble, even though he's the best ball handler of all time. Pace, like I was telling you. Forget the miss, because you'll learn a lot more about misses than you will about makes. That's where people get messed up. That's why I do these hidden highlights instead of these regular highlights. And by the way, make sure you subscribe, like, turn on notifications, because we drop hidden highlight videos daily. Dropping gems. Make sure you go follow me. Hit that link in the description. Live streams coming soon. But let's go take a look at this playback right quick. Notice Kyrie, his off-ball pace. I've been talking about off-ball all video. But once again, look at his pace. He's just walking. Left hand. He's waving his fingers, telling Green to come up high like he's actually about to go down instead of down screen. And he points, uses that off arm, gets space off man, because now man is just completely relaxed, just like Kyrie. He's in that walking space. He's just so relaxed and calm. Now he gets that same rip through like he did before. Grabs it, gets it back right quick, sees he's trying to jump it. And then boom, looks off Bullock to the corner to Hardaway Jr. At that point, you just got to knock the shot down. You generated a great look. You'll take that look 10 times out of 10. Dallas will take that look. That look off once again. Look off once again, and now one more to Bullock in the corner. Bullock's going to be huge for this Mavs team if they want to have success. They move Finney-Smith, but now Bullock's going to step even more up into that role to be able to be that 3-and-D guy, guarding the best wing every night and having to knock down threes. So if Reggie Bullock is able to step up to the plate and provide what he needs to provide, Dallas is going to be in a great position. But notice this. In and out attacks Zubac's top foot. That in and out, because bigs can't move too quick. They flat-footed, they a little slow. Hard for Zubac to be able to recover from there. And now Kyrie looks corner, makes Morris drop to the corner, thinking he's going to give it to Hardaway Jr. Hits Josh Green. Morris has to overreact, and then he throws it right back to the corner, Hardaway Jr. Rip, attack, swing to Kyrie, one more to Bullock, knocked down. Great basketball. Hey, I'm telling you, you'll learn a lot more about misses than you will about makes. Hitting highlight videos dropping daily, by the way. Let's take a look at this. Now, this is not testament to Kyrie's skill and his awareness to be able to peep the gap that he has over. But this right here is on Kennard because the double's coming from the middle. And when the double's coming from one side, your job as a defender is to cut off the other side and force him into almost a square, into a corner, wherever you are on the court. But now Kennard doesn't even go to close that sideline gap off. And now Kyrie sees that gap while he's looking middle at the corner of his eye, attacks that gap. And is able to get all the way down to the paint. Then he misses that one. Now this is tricky right here. This is a tricky situation because man's going to enter this dribble pull-up, and now he's going to begin to get his shoulder squared to the rim. And so you're going to naturally have that leg kick going towards the middle of your body. So now when Kyrie goes out to this contest, that leg is already there, and that's a natural motion. They can't call offensive foul on that. So you're going up into this contest trying to get to his release point and throw it off, and maybe even try to get a hand as high up there as you can. But since his leg's coming out, it's going to be hard to avoid it because now you're trying to get to that pocket. Your right hand is across from their right side, which he's shooting from because he's a right-handed player. So now he has to come across his body to reach that right-hand release point. And now his leg's coming out, and then he hits his legs on the way down. So in a situation like this, maybe just go at the hand-in-the-face contest or something along those lines because you may end up getting a foul. Hey, Kyrie's pull-up is so smooth, I promise you, because he be in the weight room. He definitely be in the weight room getting functional strength, strengthening his legs to be able to take the force on these stops and be able to get smooth and balanced up into them. So if you're a hooper and you're not in the weight room, you're not getting your functional training, strength training in, you're missing out on a lot. Missing out on a lot. And like I was saying before, Kyrie could be a great defender, but he's a good defender. He's a solid defender because situations like this where he gets lazy off the ball. And now notice his demeanor, his stance, how active he is playing help. If he really tried, he could get a hand on that ball. If he was in a position where his hands were active, he was in a somewhat off-ball stance and ready for any pass that came through, his hand definitely could reach this ball right here. Without a doubt. Without a doubt, his hand could reach that ball. But you seen him just standing there with his hands on his pants, not really paying too much attention. And that's where he could get lazy, and that's where he could drop off from possibly even being a great defender to being a good to solid, decent defender. He definitely has a capability. It's just that it's the effort, and he's a little undersized, like you're going to see here on a couple of these possessions. Solid. Can't play any better defense. He's just undersized. You can't play much better defense than this. Tell me what is he supposed to do else besides this? Grow? Make his arms longer? Make a wish to a genie? Like, he can't do much about his size, but he's making the best out of it. Great hezzy by Kyrie. Peep this. Notice that hezzy. He sees the gap already. He knows the gap's already there. But he waits until he's in attacking range to go and attack that gap. And then along with that, hits Batum with that hezzy. So he's a step behind to be able to close off that gap between him and Covington. Gets the pick up, and then once Kyrie gets around the rim, he can finish around anybody. Another possession on PG. Tell me he's not playing great defense. Tell me. Come on, man. Come on. I'm telling you, when Kyrie is presented with a challenge defensively, he is capable of guarding. The only thing that will stop him is his size, and at times he gets lazy. But when he has a challenge, he's not lazy. He's stepping up to the challenge. He's stepping up to the plate. Another possession. Tell me how much better you could play this. The only way you'll be able to get a stop on a possession like this is literally just by being bigger. Just by being bigger. That's all it is. Cuts him off. Gets to the spin. Even gets a hand up there, but he's just undersized. And mind you, being undersized will knock you for not being able to be a great defender. So that's why I still say he's a good defender. Solid B- to a solid B. A solid B. I'll give him a solid B. I'm telling you, he don't need to have the ball all the time. Luka could be in that same position at the top initiating the offense to get the ball to Kyrie. And if he don't got nothing, Luka get it back himself. Kyrie could do whatever he needs to do. He don't need to have the ball in his hands at all times. He's gotten so good at being able to play off the ball, and he's great on the ball, which is why he's a top 3 most skilled player of all time. Without a doubt, top 3. And now these times is when he's going to be the point guard, be the initiator. When it's game time, when it's crunch time, he may need to have the ball in his hands. So he's going to bring the ball up and get to where he needs to get to. And you may think this is an offensive foul, but Kyrie just stops and goes up, and man keeps going forward. That's why he got hit in his jaw. And they even challenged it, and it didn't get overturned. But now what the Clippers started to do is that they started to double team Kyrie in the last few minutes. And he still got this tough bucket. He still got this tough bucket. They started to send doubles to Kyrie as soon as he had the ball in his hands. But now Kyrie catches, doesn't waste any time, doesn't wait for the double to get there. Clock is low, and then he goes and attacks. So now they're like, okay, maybe we can get the ball to Kyrie off the ball. But now he's working hard. Notice how hard he has to work just to get the ball in this possession. Tries to get the handoff, doesn't work. Cuts, stops, has to go there, grab it, meets Kawhi on the help. Great block by Kawhi. And so now this is the next possession down, the next offensive possession down. He's able to, instead of having to work so hard off the ball, they just separate him, let the other 3 guys do the work with the ball. And then when it's time to attack, about 8 seconds left now. So now he can just catch and go and not have to have the ball at the top and worry about the double team coming to him. That's the end of this video. Make sure you subscribe, like, turn on those notifications, and make sure you go hit that link in the description. Live streams coming soon. Make sure you go hit that link. We about to be live soon, and we out of here.